Recorded Books and RB Digital present At the Edge of Time, Exploring the Mysteries of Our Universe's First Seconds. By Dan Hooper. Narrated by Graham Winton. Chapter 1. At the Edge of Time. From Albert Einstein. Nature shows us only the tail of the lion. But there is no doubt in my mind that the lion belongs with it, even if he cannot reveal himself to the eye all at once. Some 13.8 billion years ago, our universe experienced its first moments. Almost everything about this earliest period of time remains a mystery to us. We don't know what forms of matter existed or what physical laws they obeyed. All we know for sure is that our newborn universe had little in common with anything that exists in our world today. Only a fraction of an instant later, 10 to the minus 43rd seconds or so, gravity may have started to behave a lot like the force that we know and love. In contrast, the other known forces of nature, electromagnetism, and the strong and weak nuclear forces, likely appeared very different from the way they do today. Then things got really weird. Sometime in the first 10 to the minus 32nd seconds or so, our universe began to expand even more rapidly, wildly more rapidly than it had been before. This expansion was so fast as to appear virtually instantaneous, and it left our universe utterly transformed. During this era, known as cosmic inflation, our universe grew in volume by an incredible factor of about 10 to the 75th, within a span of only 10 to the minus 32nd seconds. This expansion carried every piece of matter away from every other at speeds far greater than the speed of light. By the time that inflation was over, every particle was left in isolation, surrounded by a vast expanse of empty space, extending in every direction. And then, only a fraction of an instant later, space was once again filled with matter and energy. Our universe got a new start and a second beginning. After a trillionth of a second, all four of the known forces were in place and behaving much as they do in our world today. And although the temperature and density of our universe were both dropping rapidly during this era, they remained mind-bogglingly high. All of space was at a temperature of 10 to the 15th degrees. Exotic particles like Higgs bosons and top quarks were as common as electrons and photons. Every last corner of space teemed with a dense plasma of quarks and gluons, alongside many other forms of matter and energy. After expanding for another millionth of a second, our universe had cooled down enough to enable quarks and gluons to bind together, forming the first protons and neutrons. Within a few minutes, many of those protons and neutrons had fused together into the first atomic nuclei. During this era, our entire universe resembled the core of a modern star. But things didn't remain that way for long. As space further expanded, the temperature continued to fall, leading to dramatic changes from minute to minute, and then from hour to hour and day to day. After a few 100,000 years, our universe had cooled to a mere few thousand degrees. It was around this time that electrons began to bind to nuclei, forming the first complete atoms. Slowly but steadily, clumps of matter began to collapse under the influence of gravity, which in turn led to the formation of stars and galaxies. We estimate that the first stars appeared in our universe about 200 million years after the Big Bang. These early stars were much larger and shorter-lived than those found today. Only now are telescopes powerful enough to produce images of these stars about to come into use. Our Sun and its solar system are relative latecomers to our universe, forming about 9.2 billion years after the Big Bang. Today, at the age of 13.8 billion years, our universe continues to expand, cool, and evolve. Its past contained a vast and diverse range of eras and transformations.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.